The Duggars have always been seen as the picture of family unity, a tight-knit group built on faith, hard work, and love. But behind the smiles and the family photos, there's often a story few ever hear. And this time, it's about John David Duggar and his beloved wife, Abbie Grace Burnett, a couple once seen as one of the most stable and joyful pairs in the entire Duggar clan. Now, shocking reports have revealed how John David and Abbie truly make their money, and the heartbreaking sacrifices they've had to make to keep their family afloat. Breaking heart, the quiet life of John and Abbie. Unlike many of his siblings, John David has always been private. He wasn't the loudest, the flashiest, or the most controversial Duggar. He preferred a quiet life, working hard, staying humble, and protecting his small family from public drama. When he married Abbie Grace Burnett in 2018, fans were delighted. Their wedding was sweet and simple, their smiles genuine. "It's just us and God," Abbie said once in an interview, her eyes sparkling. "We don't need fame, we just need faith." But as the years went by and reality TV money faded, the couple began facing challenges that no one outside their home could have imagined. Airplane, John David's dream and struggle. John David has always been passionate about flying. As a licensed pilot, he once said that being in the air made him feel closer to God. He worked hard to earn his license, dreaming of one day owning a small aviation business. For a while, things looked promising. He started Winged Duggar Aviation, offering private flights and aerial photography. But when the show Counting On was canceled and the Duggar brand fell under public scrutiny after Josh Duggar's scandals, things changed fast. Suddenly, sponsorships disappeared, clients canceled contracts. The Duggar name, once a symbol of wholesome family life, had become controversial, and John David's small aviation dream began to crumble. Abbie's nursing career. Before marrying John, Abbie was a registered nurse, known for her compassion and calm spirit. Fans often admired her independence and strength, but after giving birth to their daughter Gracie, her world shifted completely. Gracie was born after a difficult pregnancy that left Abbie bedridden for weeks. John stayed by her side, but medical bills piled up quickly. Insurance covered little, and Abbie couldn't return to nursing right away. To help pay for the expenses, she tried working part-time in a small clinic near their home in Arkansas. But when the gossip surrounding the Duggar family intensified, some coworkers and patients reportedly made things uncomfortable. "People would come up and ask about my in-laws instead of my patients," Abbie once confided to a close friend. "It was humiliating." Eventually, she stepped back from her job, not out of weakness, but to protect her peace and her child. Financial pressure mounts. The Duggar family's once lucrative TV income was gone. John David and Abbie had always chosen not to rely heavily on the family's fame, but even they couldn't escape the fallout. The couple downsized their home, sold one of their cars, and began living more modestly than ever before. They began earning money through odd jobs, John taking small aviation repair projects and Abbie doing part-time online nursing consultations. They even started selling handmade crafts and home decor online under a quiet business name that didn't use Duggar at all. But despite their determination, the emotional toll grew heavier. "They're surviving," a source close to the family reportedly said. But it's not easy. They've gone from being one of the most stable couples in the family to struggling just to stay afloat. Crying face, a secret they tried to keep. Fans began noticing subtle changes. John stopped posting pictures of his planes. Abbie deleted older social media posts that showed their travels. For a while, rumors swirled that the couple had separated, but that couldn't have been further from the truth. They weren't breaking apart, they were breaking down under pressure. Abbie's health took another hit earlier this year when she reportedly collapsed from exhaustion while caring for their daughter and managing home expenses. John was devastated. "He's my world," he told a friend at church, tears in his eyes. "If I have to work 3 jobs, I will. I just don't want her to suffer." The couple tried to keep their hardships private, not wanting to burden others or appear like they were complaining. But eventually, their story reached fans, and what people learned broke their hearts. Breaking heart. What they really earn. According to close sources, John and Abbie's current income comes from a combination of aviation work, part-time nursing consultations, and small sponsorships. They earn modestly, sometimes less than what most would expect from former reality stars. But what truly saddened fans wasn't the amount, it was the cost behind their quiet life. Every dollar they earn comes from long hours, physical exhaustion, and emotional resilience. John wakes before sunrise to check flight schedules or repair engines. Abbie stays up late working on small projects online, while also being a full-time mother to their 2 young children. Yet through it all, they remain devoted to each other, holding hands through hardship, praying every night for strength. Prayer hands, fans react with support. When fans learned the truth, social media was flooded with messages of love. "They're the most genuine couple of all the Duggars," one fan wrote. "They deserve peace and stability." John and Abbie remind us that life isn't about fame. It's about faith, family, and fighting through hard times, another commented. Even former Counting On viewers who had moved away from the show's world found themselves praying for them again. Hashtag Pray for John and Abbie began trending across social media, not out of pity, but out of admiration for their quiet strength. Sunrise, the hope that remains. Recently, Abbie was seen smiling again, holding the little Gracie outside their modest home while John fueled up his small aircraft. They may not have the wealth or spotlight they once did, but they have something stronger, each other. In a brief message to fans, Abbie wrote, "We've learned that sometimes God strips away the comfort so we can rediscover gratitude. We don't have much, but we have love, and that's enough." John shared a short clip of a sunrise from his cockpit with the caption, "Hard times teach us how to fly by faith." And maybe that's the truest part of their story, that even when life grounded their dreams, they still chose to soar. Parting heart. Epilogue, the strongest love. The world often measures success in fame and money, but for John David and Abbie Duggar, success now means something deeper. Waking up each day with love, faith, and purpose, even when the world isn't watching. Their story is one of heartbreak, yes, but also hope. Because sometimes the saddest truths reveal the most beautiful resilience. And as long as they hold on to each other, the Duggar couple who once dreamed of flying high will always find their wings again.